How you feel about the situation between Devin Haney and Shankur Stevenson?
That means they don't want to fight. You know, from 20%. Come on, man. Stop that. Stop it. You know what type of fighter he is. That's what you do when you don't want to fight.
Now the rumors was coming out today. They saying they trying to get Shankur and Devin maybe. It's so much rumors. Like, nobody don't really know what's going on. You don't feel like that's a duck if he go take Devin?
Anybody outside of Devin and Tank, then everybody know he ducking.
He king ding-a-ling. Get the boy, woo, you about to make me go crazy. You not that good, bro. You not. I'm sorry.
We came in, sure. Brian Norman came in at 46. We came in at 46. If Shankur come in at 44 or 45, it's all the same to me, in my opinion. So I won't be blindsided about not being prepared for this opportunity.
Many fans believe that Jaron Ennis will defeat Xander Zayas without facing too many difficulties. However, several respected figures within the boxing community see the matchup very differently. Hall of Fame trainer Robert Garcia emphasized that Zayas is entering the fight as a confident, unified world champion rather than an inexperienced up-and-coming contender. While Garcia acknowledged Ennis' exceptional natural talent, he pointed out that Zayas' championship experience, ring intelligence, and familiarity with performing under high-pressure situations could make this a far more competitive fight than many fans expect.
And they did the sanctioned bodies and all that did to make them fight.
If they do fight, who you think gonna win?
I actually don't know. I mean, my mind says Shankur probably win, but then I see the great work that he did with Loma, or that he fight with Loma, and overcoming a lot of different obstacles in that fight. It could be hard for Shankur. Sugar Shankur, right? Sugar Shankur Stevenson, as they call it. It'd be hard for him for the long range, the height, how big he is, stuff like that. And then what makes me think even more is when Shankur stayed spar with Crawford, and he had lots of problems with Crawford. Even though Crawford wasn't punching him hard or whatever, but you know what he had problems with? He had problems with the long arms and the height of Crawford. So he couldn't counterpunch like he wanted to. Or Crawford probably wouldn't hit him hard, but it's different. It's a different, you know, he's long.
Former undisputed champion Andre Ward also had high praise for Xander Zayas, describing him as a well-rounded boxer with excellent fundamentals, a complete skill set, and steady improvement throughout his career. Ward believes Zayas has the technical ability, ring IQ, and adaptability to create serious problems for Jaron Ennis, even though this will be the toughest challenge of his professional career. Ward also revealed that Ennis initially appeared to be targeting a showdown with Virgil Ortiz Jr. before this fight was finalized. However, he emphasized that Zayas should never be viewed as a backup option or an easier opponent. In Ward's opinion, Zayas is a dangerous, highly skilled fighter who makes this matchup every bit as significant and exciting as any major clash in the junior middleweight division. At the same time, Ward admitted he has some concerns about the timing of the fight. While he holds Zayas in high regard and fully respects his talent, he questioned whether this opportunity may have come a little earlier than expected. According to Ward, the biggest uncertainty is how Zayas will respond to the pressure, intensity, and championship-level competition that Ennis brings. For that reason, he believes this is one of the most difficult fights to predict. Taking a broader view, Roy Jones Jr. also shares thoughts on the matchup, offering his perspective on what could determine the outcome of this highly anticipated showdown.
Saying, 3-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and reigning WBO welterweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, superstar boxer, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, Devin the Dream Haney, 33 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He calls out another first ballot Hall of Famer of his era. Ironically enough, Devin Haney is 27, and the person he calls out is 28 years old, who's another first ballot Hall of Famer, Olympic silver medalist, 4-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, who simultaneously, up until yesterday, held the WBC 135-pound title and the WBO 140-pound junior welterweight title. At the same time, superstar boxer, 4-division champion, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Shankur Stevenson, who is 25 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. So Shankur Stevenson and Devin Haney, as I said, and Devin Haney confirmed it, as you see there.
Roy Jones Jr. emphasized that natural talent alone is not enough to succeed at the highest level of boxing. He compared raw ability without proper guidance to a powerful weapon with no target to aim at. According to Jones, the fighter who combines exceptional talent with discipline, experience, and the right mindset will have the greatest advantage when the pressure reaches its peak. Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya described the matchup as one of the most intriguing stylistic battles in boxing today. He believes both fighters possess elite-level skills and expects a highly competitive contest from start to finish. Although de la Hoya gives a slight edge to Jaron Ennis because of his current momentum and impressive recent performances, he stressed that Xander Zayas has the talent, confidence, and technical ability to make this a very difficult fight. In his view, the winner will be the boxer who executes the smarter game plan and performs best under bright lights.
Breaking news, Shankur Stevenson signs with Zuffa Boxing, apparently, according to Eddie Hearn. Let's watch it.
Stevenson, does that kind of open the door for you to work with Shankur? Obviously,
no, Shakur signed with Zuffa, so that'll be him moving forward. But I just don't know who they're going to put him in with. Because you see, Zuffa are paying, like, as a business, they're paying these guys 5 times more than anybody else would pay them. To fight who? Like, who are you going to put Shakur? You can put Shakur in with O'Shaquie Foster and give him $15 million? I mean, good luck to Shakur. I love him. I said to him, great, mate. But yeah, it's a weird model, and it's a model that's not
explosiveness that Xander Zayas has not yet consistently shown. Greg Hackett pushed back against the idea that Xander Zayas is too inexperienced for a fight of the scale. In his view, boxing is about testing yourself against the strongest possible opposition. He argued that avoiding tough challenges only postpones reality. For Hackett, this matchup is exactly the kind of fight needed to distinguish true contender from hype. Greg Hackett also described the contest as a fascinating clash of styles and attributes. He sees Ennis bringing speed, power, aggression, and intensity, while Zayas
knows exactly what Zuffa's trying to do. It will be very interesting to see how long they keep this kind of model up, but if this is correct, and I don't have any reason to doubt Eddie, but if this is correct and Zuffa have signed Shankur Stevenson for his next fight, maybe it's a one-fight deal, maybe it isn't, I have no idea. They did that with Conor Benn, supposedly it was a one-fight deal, who knows? The game plan is simple here. Outspend everyone, grab up all the talent, and then undercut the rest of boxing. If you have all the talent, even if you have to spend more at the beginning, which they are going to, and they are clearly, and then you take that talent from everybody else whose contracts are coming up, then the rest of the sport does have to somewhat capitulate that you have the best roster and or the best league, which the UFC's Zuffa Boxing alternative is kind of working toward, right? The UFC model. Fighters are going to want to be there. The best in the world are going to want to be there. It's a long-term play, and I think Eddie knows this, that it's not meant to be sustainable to sign, one fight, $15 million deals for the next 10 years. They're going to do this until they grab up all or the majority of the talent, and it may work.
Shane Mosley disagreed with the idea that this fight is an easy one to predict, arguing that many fans are making the matchup seem far more one-sided than it really is. While he acknowledged Jaron Ennis' exceptional talent, athleticism, and knockout power, Mosley insisted that Xander Zayas has the technical skills, confidence, and ring IQ to compete at the highest level. In his view, labeling either fighter as an overwhelming favorite overlooks just how evenly matched this contest could become. Expanding on his analysis, Mosley explained that Ennis is far more than just a devastating puncher. He described Boots as a complete fighter with multiple dimensions to his game, capable of making adjustments, controlling the pace, and finding solutions during difficult moments. At the same time, Mosley believes Zayas possesses a style, composure, and boxing intelligence needed to make the fight awkward, competitive, and unpredictable. Because of the strengths both men bring into the ring, he does not see a clear-cut winner heading into what promises to be one of the most compelling matchups in the division.
I want your thoughts on Shankur saying he not fighting Dev unless he got a rehydration clause.
Shankur, man, honestly, you know what I mean? Because, I can pop it on channels and shit like that and do that, you know what I mean? And we can have fun with it. But, you know, over here on the Boxing Voice, right, I want to ask, in or around the division, every bad month around Devin has gotten an offer to fight, or they've been in the ring, or, I mean, who else has that happened with? All the fights that the people want to see Devin fight, the person that got either a contract or Devin and got in the ring with him.
Mosley also explained that Xander Zayas cannot afford to stand directly in front of Jaron Ennis for long periods. Instead, he believes Zayas must stay active throughout the fight by throwing combinations, creating angles, and constantly adjusting his movement. According to Mosley, the moment Zayas becomes stationary or allows the pace to slow, and his timing, accuracy, and sharp punching could quickly begin to take control of the contest. Meanwhile, Max Kellerman pointed out that Jaron Ennis has reached a stage in his career where every fight presents a unique challenge. At the elite level, many top fighters are reluctant to face dangerous opponents, making it increasingly difficult to secure meaningful matchups. Kellerman believes that Ennis' decision to fight Xander Zayas reflects that reality, as elite boxers often have to be proactive in pursuing the biggest and most competitive fights available. Adding another perspective, Paulie Malignaggi described the bout as a major risk for Xander Zayas. While he praised Zayas for accepting such a difficult challenge, he emphasized that stepping into the ring with an undefeated, elite-level fighter like Jaron Ennis so early in his career is a bold move. Nevertheless, Malignaggi believed this fight represents a tremendous opportunity for Zayas to prove he belongs among boxing's very best, regardless of the outcome.
It didn't matter. He wanted Devin Haney.
Okay, Bernie. Now, Bernie, what organization is Shakur the champion for right now?
He the WBO, because that's what Tio had.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what belt does Devin Haney have?
The WBO.
So if he wanted to mandate something, he could mandate something right now, Bernie.
If he want to do it, yeah.
Okay, Bernie, don't blow a blood vessel.
Yeah,
But he can still, listen, if he just wanted one belt, he can come get the one belt right now.
That's something to him.
He still commended Zios for his readiness to take on all comers. Malignaggi also pointed out that Jaron Ennis is still one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing, making this a clear high-risk, high-reward scenario for both men.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but he got to learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this because this is going to mean a lot for him. Mm-hmm. His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. Mm-hmm. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You know what I'm saying? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that this is somebody got to teach him. And I would teach him if they brought him to me to teach him. But he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
So when you say something bad, they take it as criticism.
Right.
No, son, you got to understand how to not jump. Okay, people know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right? Yeah. If you move that thing back too far, you can't reach the job. Right. It's got to work, but it got to stay on the job while it works. You can't take it out of if you work it with this because this part keeps on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job. It can't work no more. Right. So if you move back every time off the job, it ain't gonna ever get no work done. So now it's gonna become boring.
Former undisputed champion Zab Judah emphasized the importance of experience in this matchup. He argued that Jaron Ennis has regularly competed against higher-level opposition throughout his career, and he believes that edge gives him a meaningful advantage going into fight night. For Judah, that factor is too significant to overlook. Judah reinforced his stance, stressing that experience is the most crucial element in the entire matchup. He believed Jaron Ennis has been shaped by tougher development phases, higher-level opposition, and more refined preparation over the years. As the fight moves into the later rounds, Judah expects those accumulated advantages to start showing more clearly.
It started on the hold and it moved to another. When we gonna get a pond dug? We're not, because it's taking off the job too much. You gotta leave it on the job for it to get a pond dug. And that's his only thing. He's a great fighter. He got great eyesight. He has great reaction time. He's gonna be a great fighter. He just gotta figure out how to use them feet a little different.
Is he the best defensive fighter out of all four of them?
Right now, defensive, yes, because his defense is with his feet. That's what people don't understand. Defense isn't with your hands, it's with your feet. And he has the best foot defense of the game. So if he uses it for defense, when it's strictly defense, yes. But when you want to make it offensive, you can't do the same. You got to cut it in half. And that's the only thing he had a problem with. Once he learns that or figures that out, he gonna be a killer.
Would the skill he has now make him the best out of them four?
Right now, no. Because some people gonna say, boy, and the reason the rest of them don't want to fight him is because they know he know that back foot game so well that he's not going to engage until he wants to engage. And that's a good thing too. But for the fans and to be
not right now,
the ratings, you got to be able to.
James Toney delivered one of the most critical takes on the matchup. The outspoken former multi-division champion cautioned that Xander Zios is stepping up to a level of competition far beyond anything he has experienced so far in his career. Toney suggested that the gap between the two fighters could become clear very early, potentially as soon as the opening bell rings. He went even further, arguing that courage alone would not be enough against a fighter of NIS caliber. He gave Zios very little chance of securing the victory and expressed his view in the blunt, straightforward style that has defined his long career. Former undisputed welterweight champion Corey S.P. Holt, then it moved to another. It start on the hold, then it moved to another. When we're going to get a pawn dug.
Me to come to 147, I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10-pound rehydration. Like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys gonna get up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, what am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Come on, bro.
How did you feel at 140 though? Like compared to 35, did you feel any difference, or was it like in your
Clear technical edges in multiple aspects of boxing, still Spinks admitted that Xander Zios' grit and confidence could reduce that difference if he is able to stay composed and not be overwhelmed by the occasion. Doug Fisher praised Xander Zios for his achievements and quick rise through the ranks, but admitted he has not been fully convinced by his performances so far. Fisher views Zios as a skilled, well-rounded boxer, yet he still questions whether he has the explosive finishing power required to deal with someone as dangerous as Jiren Ennis. Fisher also pointed out Jiren and his offensive creativity, describing him as a fast, versatile puncher who can initiate attacks from almost any angle. As a long-time admirer of boxer punchers with knockout ability,
the chance to step in the ring with this fighter, he's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shankur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say in ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shankur Stevenson era.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing. You know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shankur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. But I see Shankur outboxing to a decision, a unanimous decision.
What was his dad saying to you earlier? You had a little bit of a back and forth with his dad. Was that all jokes or what he said?
Nah, his dad is business, you know,
Terrence, what's retirement been like for you? Have you enjoyed yourself so far in retirement?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
and natural physical advantages. According to Hackett, both fighters will need far more than just talent to succeed, as each man presents a completely different set of challenges. While he respects a young champion's abilities, he sees Jiren Ennis as an especially dangerous opponent who can turn a fight around with a single mistake. Mars is concerned that a setback in such a demanding matchup could temporarily stall Xander Zio's long-term development. Now, let's talk.